Hello, people. Hello, how you doing? What's going on today? Hey, listen, man, I got bad news. I got to start off with bad news right now. We have tragic news to report here from Florida, y'all. Like it's cold, man. Like this is unprecedented. So we don't want to hear nothing about, man, y'all need to experience real cold and come up. You come up here. This is shorts, whether or not. No. Okay, we cold, period. And that's all that. That's all it is to it. We are cold out here, we are freezing, and it's supposed to get worse, man. So you see, I got my little bubble jacket on, man. I'm trying to get real cool. I mean, I'm trying to get real warm in my little brother Stube. You see, he got this
Right.
little hoodie on, man. We
Got a
trying to
Nike
stay
hoodie on,
warm
man. It's
right now,
cold.
man. It's cold down here, man. So y'all need to have a little patience with us, man. We a little frosted, we frigid down here, and it's just real sad state of affairs down here in Florida at the moment. But anyway, now that we got that out the way, wait a minute, what? I ain't hit a. Oh, there we go. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate the warm welcome. Y'all are far too kind, far too kind. It's your boys Shunny and Stube here for yet another episode of the Rocket Chair Chronicles podcast. Man, listen, before we jump into it, y'all know the play. We need y'all to like and subscribe. And also, if you have any emails that you want to send to us, any kind of inquiries, hit us on that email there, as you see at the bottom of your screen right now. Rockin' Chair Chronicles 904 at gmail.com. That's
Rockin' Check Chronicles 904 at gmail.com, baby.
I'm amazed that he said, because normally you know how like we doing here. First of
Mm-hmm.
all, we don't be knowing that. Like we always wondering what something is on here. Like we
Right.
always wondering what
We
something
got it. We
is,
got it this time.
the name or something, but we on point right now. We doing good right now. So make sure y'all like and subscribe and also share it around, share it to your friends, share it to your family. And guess what? If you don't like us, I got something for you too. Like if you don't like us, if you don't want to like or subscribe, that's cool. Share it to your enemies. Then and then maybe they'll, since you don't like us, give it to your enemy because that's what they need to get. And then maybe your enemy will like and subscribe.
Right.
Subscribe. So you got to think about how to do that there. But anyway, we bite for another one today, y'all. And this one here, as you can see in the title, yeah, we on one of those kind of tips today, and it's really kind of similar to last week. When we talked about the ICE and the immigration thing and some of the
Mm-hmm.
things going on around that. We came from a certain angle on that. You know, maybe we'll double bite to it to seeing how things keep going. Up there in Minnesota, cause boy, like we said, they cutting up in
Right.
Minnesota,
Yeah.
boy. Yeah, them boys on a whole another different type of time up there. And so today we're going to be talking about the sad, man, sad, sad history of the American federal government, man. And like we're gonna be talking about some things today that maybe you weren't aware of, just some things that went on in the past in this country's history. And some things that are even maybe going on currently, in our federal government system. We're gonna be talking about those things, man. And now this is not all inclusive or anything, and we're not trying to just go down every single thing. But these are like real things that actually occurred within the federal government here in America in its history. Now, Stu, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I was thinking about though? And when I just said that, I was thinking about how, man, some people to say, like, man, y'all, this that conspiracy theory stuff, huh?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they say, it's
Mm-hmm.
conspiracy theory stuff, but like somebody said, it can't be a conspiracy if it's true.
Right.
Y'all need to pick that up. It cannot be conspiracies if it's true. So we're gonna be talking about just some of the tragic, even evil things. Shoot, they all evil. Honestly, if we being real, it's all of them evil, sad, and tragic. Of what has occurred at the hands of the federal government against its own citizens.
Mm-hmm.
May I add? So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. And specifically, what I was thinking about for this particular episode was a lot of things that are actually documented, that occurred mainly with the CIA, the FBI, those three letter agencies, in the
Mm-hmm.
government. and some of their operations, how they would coin them, like operation this, operation that, like
Right.
some of those things that happen, um, within the government. And some people might also be wondering, okay, well, that's all well and good. I acknowledge that those things occurred. Like, why does it even matter to talk about it? Like, what's the
Right.
what does it matter to talk about the things that happen, like that in the government with the past? You got any
Mhm.
thoughts on that? Like, why is that something that needs to be talked about? If it's something that we're saying is like from the past, like why we need to know that?
Well, I would say mainly, and then for the, you know, a lot of the things that we're going to be discussing about today. I mean, it wasn't too long ago when these things transpired. So, um, to say that it's not happening at all anymore would just, I would think, would be naive of a person. Um, your antenna should be up, just to keep your government, honest. So you should learn about these things.
Yeah,
Hmm.
100%. Like, and you know how the old saying goes: if you don't learn from history, what
It
you
repeats
doomed to
itself, yeah,
repeat it, man.
for sure.
And a lot of that is true. You probably could just think about certain situations in your life where something occurred, and maybe you didn't take from it what you needed to take from it, and
Yeah,
maybe it double back around on you, and then at a later point you thought about, like, man, I was in this, I was in that, and if I would have seen it a little earlier, I would have knew not to
hmm,
repeat it or whatnot. So it's very important to learn from the history, and what occurred, and also we need to understand that, in the best interest of everybody, there needs to be transparency,
right.
in government. Also, the government needs to be transparent, so that they can earn the trust of people. If people continue to see things that have been done to
Hmm.
them at the hands of the government, how can there be any kind of level of trust?
Right.
Like, how can there be any kind of, okay, well, I know that they have our best interests, at mind. I know
Hmm.
that they are there to bear the sword against evildoers if need be. I know that
Hmm.
they are there to make it, an environment where the good citizens in the country can thrive and be productive and
Hmm.
take care of their people without any kind of fear of anything coming down from their hands. So that's why it matters. And I think the most important thing is that who comprises government. Like,
Hmm.
now, this is at any level, whether it's federal, state, or local. Like, who comprises government? People,
Hmm.
right? People
Right.
comprise a government, and if we understand that people are messed up from the beginning, when you get a whole lot of messed up people doing something, what do you think that they may have a tendency to do?
Right.
Whether intentionally or unintentional, mess
Right.
things up
Right.
and do things to people. Like, world history is littered with it. Like, world history is littered with evil people in positions of power destroying the people under them.
Right.
You probably got names here. Hey, remember, like our boy we mentioned from a few episodes ago. You started laughing. I remember that boy. Remember that boy name I mentioned? You was like, his name Pol Pot. Remember
Oh
Pol
yeah.
Pot? Boy
Pole
was real,
pot,
yeah.
man.
Pol Pot was
Right, for
doing
sure.
some dirty work,
Uh-huh.
boy. And you got people like Mao and all those other people that you can name. Hitler, of
Right. Yeah.
course, and then
Stalin.
other
A lot
people,
of people.
Stalin. All people in the positions of power did evil things to the people who were under them.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah. Look, a lot of people, man.
mm-hmm,
Saddam Hussein.
mm-hmm,
A lot of people.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
And that's just facts. No conspiracy. Just facts.
Hmm.
So this is something also that just comes up. Like, why did we think that the American government would not be capable of those things? Why do people think that? What you think about
From an American perspective,
that? Yeah.
like I'm in America. Well, man, no matter where you are, they're gonna paint you out to be the good guys. So I don't think it doesn't matter if you in Iraq, Iran, Israel. They're gonna paint you out. Hey, your country, your home country. We're not in the wrong. If someone always, doing wrong, have wrongdoers against us. So, um, yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. What's the question again? I don't want to get on a
Like, why do
tangent.
you think that people? So, like, if you just take a step back and look at it from maybe, like you can say an American perspective, but
Right,
like we can name all, like people are easy to name all the
right.
atrocities that happen to other
Yeah.
places
I
worldwide. Like,
think,
why do people look at America
I
like,
think,
oh, this can't happen to us here?
right. A lot of people in America, they view it, and I do believe, it's the best country in the whole world. But that
Yeah.
doesn't, you know, that doesn't mean they're blameless. So I think it's just the view people have of America. America always, we're always right all the time. We're coming to save the day. How can we possibly ever be wrong?
Hmm.
So
World police and all
right,
kind of
right.
thing. Yeah,
So
people always
that's a
looking at
lot.
us. Yeah.
That's the thinking behind it. Um, so a lot of times you don't really, well, you do see uprising, but I feel like you should have a lot more, based upon
Hmm.
what goes on and what the government, what they have done and will do later on. So,
Yeah. That power, boy,
mhm.
absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's another statement that people say. So, listen, if everybody is like I just mentioned, if all people are messed up, born that way, then
Yeah,
why do we
man.
think it just stops at the doors of America? Like if you born in a country, why
Right.
do some
Yeah.
people seem to think? I would say seem to be, even though they may not say it in that way.
Hmm.
Why do people seem to think that just because people are here in America that they all of a sudden don't have it within them to do those things
Right.
that happen to to those places and the people that we just named?
For sure. Yeah.
Like, why do
Mm.
people think that it's just far beyond us?
Right. For sure. And like you say, bro, when you put people in these positions, man, they're, from a Christian perspective, we're born in sin. So, and then especially if you're born, if you're outside of Christ, you in these high positions, man, and things like greed, power get to you, man. You'll do anything. You'll do
Hmm.
anything. I just was thinking about this on a lower level. Growing up, they demonize what, gambling.
Hmm.
Sports gambling, things like that. You had to gamble. You got to go to what, specific spots or whatever.
Yep.
That was illegal, but now it's legal. Anybody can pretty much gamble, participate. Um, but you see now though, you see all these coaches and these players, you know, they getting involved in that stuff, and it, it's the human. What I'm saying,
Yeah.
the human element. You're not gonna have 100% honest product because you got
Hmm.
humans involved in something. So
Yep.
yeah, that's that's
Regardless
the,
of where
that's the
they're from.
sad that's the sad thing about it.
Hmm.
And it's gonna be the same thing with the government.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you don't have any good people at all, but just to think that, oh, you, because you in the government, you got my best interest in mind, and I trust you blindly. I'm never gonna look at anything you do. I'm not gonna bet you or anything. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
We're from the government and
So
we're here to help.
right,
Like
yeah,
that's
and you
what the
wouldn't
people
do
think.
that,
Yeah.
man. Like we was talking about with the immigration stuff.
Hmm.
Like, you wouldn't do that with somebody. You would let somebody in your home, man. Like, you careful with that stuff, but the
Hmm.
government, man. Oh yeah, the government official. I trust
But
you.
when people got that certain, it got to be just be a certain letter behind the name. When they got that certain letter behind the name, they automatically riding with them, boy.
Oh,
Whether it's a
right.
R or a
RD
D,
for
boy.
sure.
If
Yeah,
the R guy, okay, the R guy automatically straight, and then you got some other people say we got the D is automatically straight,
right.
you know, too, or
Hmm.
whatever. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
yeah, man, that ain't the case, man.
right.
People, you really gotta like, you really have to like, especially for us here in America, like you mentioned, like this is the best place in the world. We're not even
Yeah,
gonna cap,
man.
like we not coming from that direction. So
Man,
don't come
I'm
send them
so happy. I
emails
ain't
about
gonna lie.
that foolishness.
I'm happy I'm in America, but I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
me
lie,
too, man.
man.
I ain't trying
I
to be
can't
nowhere
imagine
else,
nowhere else.
man. Nah, I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie though. But wait, I ain't gonna lie
Uh-huh.
though. Like if we buy Greenland, right,
Hmm.
and it become the 51st state, I'm trying to move to Greenland, boy.
I don't know too much about green. They sound like it's cold.
I'm trying to move to,
So,
yeah, Greenland cold, but I'm trying to
okay.
move to Greenland, boy. 'Cause they got
Mm.
hey, they got the scenery, boy.
But then they got
Man.
what are Northern Lights and stuff at? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you can see
Oh,
them from
that's a
Greenland
okay.
too.
For real? Okay.
I'm trying to move to
Hmm.
Greenland. Greenland or Alaska though. Hey boy.
Alaska cold,
You know, I
man.
saw that junk though, boy.
But they say in Alaska, don't they have periods where you have periods where it's just sunlight, then you have periods where it's just dark.
Where it get dark.
Yeah, in
I think it's
Alaska.
in a certain part of Alaska.
Oh, okay,
Like
okay,
the
okay.
part I would move to, I think you talking about more like the mainland of
Oh, okay,
Alaska.
okay.
Like
Yeah,
the
I'm not
part I
sure. I
want to
just know.
move to.
Uh-huh.
Cause you know Alaska got that one big old part, and then like it's like a bunch, like a little strip that come down like that
Mm-hmm.
from it. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
when you say it, talk about Alaska, you might mean like the big old,
Okay.
big thick part of it,
Right.
like the main part of
Uh-huh.
it,
So you trying to go to the part where what? Ain't
like
too
that
many.
the one that's kind of close to like right next to like southwestern Canada or
Mm-hmm.
northwestern states.
Okay. Okay.
And like right in that little like one of the little strip that come down for like the little tail. There it
Mm-hmm.
is. Like it's like a little tail that come down.
Okay.
Like
Mm-hmm.
that, yeah. So like just think of like a
All right.
dog. You know how like you got a dog and then you got the little tail,
Right.
like the
The
little
main
tail
land's the
part.
body, and then the tail.
Yeah. Now I think the part
Right.
like with the big body, like the body of
Uh
it,
huh.
I think that's like where you know all that stuff
Okay.
that
I
we
see.
see. Now
Uh-huh.
I know I got some Alaska friends, so if y'all hear this, y'all make sure y'all comment, let us know if I'm just sounding real crazy, okay? Hey, Alaska Green, and know, boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy. Man,
I had
listen,
to do my research.
I ain't even gonna lie.
Some research on
When
Alaska.
me and Denisha went to Alaska, boy, like
Uh-huh.
I ain't even gonna lie, like the air scene different, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they got all them trees there. Man, I ain't gonna lie, boy.
Probably is,
Hey,
man.
that junk seemed like it was crisp. But I was like, man, boy, what kind of air this is, boy? Like lungs was feeling real good, boy. In Alaska, boy. Man,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what they be doing now, man. That junk feeling good, boy. Alaska green, and I think that's what it need to be, boy. So now, dang, what was,
Yeah, because we was talking about
oh, why it's
America,
important to talk
and
about
how
America?
people assume that America, they don't do anything.
Oh yeah, and how we
Yeah.
love like this the best place to stay. Definitely, hey,
Right,
yeah,
right,
we
right.
definitely 100% on that. Like this
Mm-hmm.
is the best country
Yeah,
in the world, period. So just because something is the best at something doesn't mean improvements don't need to be made. How about
right,
that
for
there?
sure. Right.
We'll say that like that there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important to talk about these things. If you don't know your history, you'll be doomed to repeat it. Like it's the scenario where we're talking about when you're trying to fix the car, you change the battery on the car. Remember we talked about
Yeah.
that? And you try to crank it up, still don't crank. It's like going back to the store, going to get another battery, coming back, keep trying to do the same thing. You
Right.
ain't learned it ain't the
Yeah,
battery,
something else
man.
wrong.
Yeah, it's something else. So it's similar to that. You got to know these things because, especially for us here in America, like the people have the power. Like the people elect people to represent them, a representative government, people to represent them. So for some reason, we got it twisted now. Presently, I think like we think that they are the rulers. You see what I'm saying? Like it's like we got it kind of flipped. Like we think
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
those people are the rulers.
Right.
And I'm not saying not to respect them as God has elevated them to those certain positions, but like in our system of government, they are accountable to us actually.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's what we've forgotten. So when we talk about these things, we talk about there needs to be an understanding that as long as you have people around, that sounds kind of crazy to say, but as long as you have people around, they're going to be in governments and they're going to have the propensity or they're going to have it within themselves to do these things we talk about.
Right.
So
That's a fact.
those are just the yeah, that's just the facts of the matter. So it's important to understand these things. So, when we were talking about this, we were talking about some of the different as they've coined them within, the CIA, FBI, even the CDC, different federal government agencies, they would coin like operations, like mainly it would be like operation this, operation that, and then they would,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and go with their move, go with their operation, whatever they were trying to accomplish. So again, this is not like some kind of all inclusive list or catch all list where we got everything that the government has done. Shoot, let's just be real. It's probably some stuff going on today.
Oh yeah, for
And we
sure,
don't know
man.
about it. We'll hear about it like 40, 50 years later. They gonna be sitting in front of the people testifying in Congress for the dog and pony show saying, yeah, we was doing this to the people. And it was called Operation This. And yeah, we're not doing it anymore. We're gonna put it on our website. We're not doing this to people anymore. That's what they do. Like you can go to the actual CIA website and see these things on it. So like I think the first thing like was first there was something called Operation Northwoods, which is in the early '60s. I think it's a bit now. I really think this is going on today,
Oh yeah, man.
like stuff
It's,
like this, and
um,
it was where the military, the U.S. military, proposed false flag operations. So in other words, like staging attacks and committing the attacks with the intent of making it look like a different country did it or a different
right.
entity or something did it, like attacks on Americans to justify certain wars. You got anything to add into that?
Not really, man. But I don't think it's far fetched to think that it could possibly still be happening today.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important. I don't try to get um too obsessed about what's going on as far as the news and everything, because they pushing out crazy stuff. But you gotta try to be in your toes and keep up what's going on, keep your eyes open.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah, and the whole premise of that was, to justify a war against Cuba, like we was talking about
right,
a little bit. That was what it was specifically, to stage an attack to make it look as if it was done from that
right,
end, so they could justify going to war with them. But it was never actually carried out.
right,
But the fact that it was actually on the table and something that was planned by the big dogs
right,
in government lets you know what they were willing to do.
right.
So even like the whole concept of false flag operations, though,
Mm-hmm.
like one group doing something to make it appear as if another group's doing something.
Right.
So
For
then the
ulterior
group,
motive, yeah.
ulterior motive,
Not
say,
not
see, though, there's the enemy. They did this, so now we can do this to them.
right. Yeah. I'm not sure why they were after Fidel though. Castro.
Say that one more
Um.
time.
Yeah. Why they were after Castro?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Didn't I just tell you I don't know what's going like we don't know what's going on in this show?
Right.
We
But
just
man,
talking about the
look
actual things,
for
the
sure.
lengths that the government
Yeah.
go through, man.
They'll kill you too. They'll kill your president too, man. The president don't get in line. They'll kill your president too.
Unalive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Unalive. Unalive.
Man, this man here trying
Yeah,
to
I'm
get
sorry,
us.
man.
Yeah. You start doing that if you can't remember. Just say what the thing is
Yeah,
supposed to say,
unalive,
man.
man.
Yeah. So that just goes to show you how far people to go. Like like if you on any social media and you have been for years, you probably
Mhm.
seen people just even mention the phrase false flag
Right. Yeah.
operation. So that's kind of where that whole idea thing come from. People understanding that there was a point in time with this operation where that was on the table where we're gonna do something against the people and make it appear as if a different group did it.
Right.
I think like that to me, honestly, I think that's a main. I think that's the main. I think that's the main one of the main ones.
They kind of
I think it
did
still
that. They
goes
kind of
around.
did that, man. You seen that? Correct me if I'm wrong. They kind of did that with Saddam. Bush did.
Or the
They
weapons of
said
mass
weapons of mass
destruction.
destruction. They went over there. Wasn't nothing over there.
That's what they say. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, look, like I said, you can look up everything we talking about. Read. It's a lot of things out there that you can look at and see about it. So, but the whole concept of like it's like guerrilla war almost. It's just the tactics, certain tactics that you
Right,
are being
man.
used. But the main thing I want to take from that is not necessarily who it was about, meaning Cuba, but the
Right.
fact that it was on the table to do something to the American people.
Right. And it wasn't the first time, and it won't be the last.
Yeah, the federal
So
government actually doing something to the American people. Like
hurting
that's the
their
point from it.
hurting their own for a means.
Yeah,
That's
to
crazy.
do something like that was the point that I really want to talk about in that particular one.
Yeah.
And then you had another thing, Operation Mockingbird,
Yeah, they
which
still do
is
this today.
yeah, the CIA
Yeah.
program. Um, in the 40s, yeah, this one definitely goes on today. Like that was started in the late 40s. It started to influence media and journalism to spread propaganda.
Right.
And why would they spread it? So they could control
Influence you.
public opinion and influence
Right.
public
And
thought.
the thing, I just think about stuff like this. Like the thing that sucks about this is it's like where you get your how you trust what information you get.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like you would like to be able to, when you work, like I work, at the job you work at, you
Yeah.
got a standard, everything is standardized, it's a way of doing things. And
Mm-hmm.
you kind of trust the source kind of thing. It's like, man, in the world, man, you trying to find the truth of stuff, man, how can you trust what you're reading all the
Yeah.
time? And a lot of stuff, man, you gotta, I hate to say it, man, you have to depend on yourself and just critical thinking, man, look
Mm-hmm.
at different things. And it's a reason why. A
Yeah.
lot of stuff is pushed out.
Yeah.
And it's hard to sift through who's genuine and actually is trying to find the truth, and you trying to
Right.
trust them. And you got so many different frauds out there, man. It's tough,
Mm-hmm.
man.
And then
Like as
sometimes the
far as
people, oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
I don't know. I'm just thinking, man. I don't know, man. We in the information age, but boy, that might not be
Over
too good.
information
Yeah,
age, yeah. Yeah, it's really
I don't
bad.
know.
And then
So
some of the people who are actually legitimate, like they try to make you think that they're crazy.
yeah,
You might
yeah.
have
Some
that
of
too.
them,
Like, man,
some
that
of them.
people wacky. That person crazy. That person out of their mind.
Hmm.
In the meantime, they consuming what the mainstream big dog legacy media is putting out, and they feasting on it,
Right.
and it's going in their mind, and it's staying there, and they're not able to weed and sift through that stuff. We kind of talked about that a little bit last week with what's going on up there in Minnesota. Like, you're right,
Yeah.
man. That Mockingbird thing is still today, man. The media paints pictures like people even pointed out. Like, I give you an example from the stuff going on in Minnesota. I give you an example. I forget which news outlet it was, but they put out a picture. Well, I'm glad I mentioned this. They put out a picture of the guy. What's his name? Alex Pretty, the last guy
Yeah,
that
yeah,
Ice
yeah.
killed. They put out a picture of him, and the picture that they put towards the media, they altered it. They altered his facial picture to make him look, I guess, more healthier, more quote unquote attractive. But the
Hmm.
actual picture, it wasn't him. Now it wasn't a whole lot that they did, but
But they
it
made
was
little
different.
tweaks. Yeah, yeah.
They made little tweaks because they got to present him
And
in a
now
certain
it
way.
got me thinking now. And what they got now is the AI stuff. And I
Yeah,
ain't gonna lie,
it's only go get.
I ain't got no problem with AI, but I mean, of course, it's gonna have the bad to go along with it. But they're gonna be able to use that.
I ain't gonna lie, I got a problem
Yeah,
with it.
you
I'm gonna
got a
tell you
problem with
why
AI.
I got a problem
Uh huh.
because them boy at some point the boy will go have me on the camera or something doing something. I'm like, man, that wasn't
Right,
me did that, man.
right,
And they be like, no, that we got you. Boy, they
right.
made an
They
AI
could. All
video,
right, man.
boy.
I ain't gonna lie, man. They could do. It's gonna get so
That's
good,
what I'm trying
man.
to tell
Oh
you,
yeah, you did
man.
this, man.
We got you right here, but they go alter all kind of little
Hey,
things.
I don't know.
All right, let's get back on track because we gonna forget. But now you got to ask yourself a question: why would I wish I remember the meeting? I don't want to call the wrong one. That's the only reason I'm not saying it. But why would they do that?
Cause they trying to sway you to think a certain way,
Right?
and it sounds like thought it was a liberal media
Yeah, it
source
was one of them 40
outlet.
news. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Um. Yeah, man. They trying to.
Hey, but
They
don't.
want you to buy in the story
Yeah,
real quick. Don't do no research. Buy in this story.
yeah. They
This
all do that
headline right
though.
here,
Like
and
they
this
all do
narrative
that.
that we push.
Yep. They all
Follow
do
our
that.
narrative, not nobody
Yep.
else.
Yep.
So I don't know.
They all do that.
Um.
They do that and they put out the story and they frame the story and then all the politicians get online and start saying the same kinds of
Right.
things about what occurred and people.
They got push notifications. Hey, we push this out, y'all.
I ain't gonna
Y'all
lie,
too.
man. I get the most
Uh huh.
frustrated when the people in masses swallow stuff. Like they swallow stuff whole and they don't think. They don't stop and
Right.
think about what they consuming what they getting in, they take it in because it's from their favorite sources, and they run with the stuff, man. And then when you
Right.
push back on it, you typical black man, or yeah, I'm not surprised you feel like that way, or where's your dad? You know, they say all kinds of they say all kinds of little stupid things, man. Because you would dare question stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And they all do it, man. Like, check this out. That was that one. They do it. Like, you can go back years and just think about like how they put out. I want y'all to peep this. How they put out certain pictures of victims or criminal
Mm-hmm.
to frame a certain thought in your mind about that person.
Right.
Like they'll put out graduation pictures or something.
Right.
Uh,
The man might have killed 30 people.
a criminal
They
or
didn't.
something.
They put his baby picture
Or a
up there.
suspect. They put his baby picture up. They put his elementary school picture. He getting
Uh-huh.
first grade perfect attendance picture up there, but they putting that up there. Now, what's that gonna do to people? What's that gonna do to people
It's
who
gonna
watching
make
it?
it.
I would say the average person. What is that gonna do?
It's gonna sway you, man. You're thinking.
Oh man, look
So
at it. He was
you.
just so cute. Like,
Right.
and I'm not gonna lie to you. They did it with the poor lady who was killed. No, I did it myself. The poor lady who was
Well,
unalive on the bus in North Carolina, they did the same thing.
mm-hmm.
They got you the same way. They put glamour shot up there. They got you the same way. They get you riled up. They get you just out of control. You're not able to think. Because most people are sheep. Let's just call it what it is. And they
Mm-hmm.
getting it from their sources, or they getting these pictures and it's going into your mind, man. Like that's a major thing when you allowing that stuff to go into your mind like that and sit there, you just go run with something. You saw a lot of people cutting up behind that one. They put
Mm-hmm.
the glamour pictures out there, and then right next to the glamour picture, they put old boy booking photo. And so now you
Mm-hmm.
know, boy, that's gonna get back everybody even more steaming hot. Man, they playing games, man, with people. And they know they
Right.
sitting up there, they could do that.
Right. You've been working so long.
Yeah, and it made me
It
think
ain't
about
gonna
that.
stop working either.
Yeah. The mind is a powerful thing, man. As God has given it to us.
Mm-hmm.
And people in power know that. And if a bunch of people can push it from their angle, push a certain narrative, people go sit there and feed it, man. Because people are consumed by that stuff and they unable to think about it, man. I'm telling you, man, that's the one that get me the most, man. They just regurgitate the lines that they're hearing from these people, and you wondering, it's like, you sound just like what they literally just said. Like, do you have an original thought? I don't understand it, man. We could say that for a long time. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah,
but
they
that
got a few.
thing,
There's a few of them things in that,
I
man.
ain't gonna lie, man, that thing got
Yeah.
me kind of riled up, boy.
I'm saying, yeah.
Man, because it's like, look, and let's just say, for the sake of argument, what they present, it could be correct, but why are we so quick to just accept it?
Right.
Ain't no shame in just wondering. Like, hey, let me
No.
ask you about that. Well, what about this? This, da 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 da. Oh yeah, there you go. That, and then when people start seeing you questioning and stuff, boy, they gonna put you in one of their little boxes.
Right.
You a
Sure.
typical black man, or you a uppity Negro or something. But they gonna put you in one of them boxes, boy, or you a house Negro
Right.
or something like that. Boy, they gonna fit you in one of them nice little boxes, boy. That's how they do.
They
You
will. They
laughing,
will.
but you know I'm
Nah.
telling the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's how they do. I don't be caring no man, because you can sit there and just, you can go ahead and say, what I'm being fed and what I'm gorging on is true without doing sufficient thinking and pondering it and researching and meditating on it. Okay, then you go ahead and be that way then, there, boy.
Right.
So, all right, let's go ahead. Let's get out of CoinTel. What was CoinTel Pro?
You gotta tell me about Cointel Pro.
This is a FBI thing where,
1950s and 1970s.
yeah, where they
Oh,
was
okay.
yeah, where they was
Tell.
targeting civil rights groups,
Right.
activists, and political organizations to infiltrate them to cause all kinds of damage and
Right.
destruction.
Yeah, they had. Didn't they have? Did they try to infiltrate the Black Panther, they
Panthers.
had somebody in there,
Yeah,
a spy in there that was in there, right?
yeah.
Or something like that.
Hmm. Think the
I
Panthers
know
was
they
one
ain't
of the
rock with
victims of it.
Fred Hampton. Fred
Yeah,
Hampton, them. So,
they doing all kind of stuff,
man,
infiltrating into these places to try to and and, and bugging them, violating the Fourth Amendment, and
right.
all kinds of things, just bugging them illegally and doing all kinds of
Yeah, they
illegal
definitely do that now.
things. And yeah, you know they bugging people.
Yeah.
You know they bugging people, man. In them three-letter agencies up in the federal government, boy, they bugging people. And just trying to figure out and infiltrate in there and figure out how they doing and look at their moves and look at their steps. All under the cloak of darkness.
Right.
That's how they would do, man. Those programs like that, I think that's another one that's still around. I mean, because how much
Yeah,
do
for sure.
people really know about the CIA until after the fact?
Hmm.
Even the FBI, like how much do people really know about
Not too
it?
much.
Until something happened, then we find out afterwards. Like all these
Hmm.
things we talking about, like from between like the 1920s to 70s.
Right.
So we talking about it, you know, something that happened in the past. They find out later, and then, like I say, they sit in front of the congressional hearings and they say, "Yeah, we were doing this. Sorry, we're not doing it anymore." Now, how much do we really
Hmm.
know?
Right. What about the stuff that they got away with?
Yeah, that we'll never
That
know all
shit,
the stuff that's
man.
going on right now. Like depending on how you feel about the Rona, you know, that might have been a real big one, boy. That's having effects, you know.
Oh,
What you got? What? Go
you
ahead.
said, what you said? Say that?
Effects.
No. What were you
Rona. The Rona.
talking about?
The Rona, man. Corona.
Oh, I thought you weren't trying to say it. I thought you
That's why I
said the
said the
Rona.
Rona. I
You can't say
did.
Corona?
Corona could be beer though. See, you gotta be thinking
Okay.
quick, boy.
Okay. Okay.
But that could
The
be,
Rona, boy.
yeah, that could be like on the real though.
And
That
not
could
for
be
real,
like
that's what stick with me because I lived through that, man. I got
yeah,
my problems with that, man. I ain't never ain't
yeah,
made sense from the start.
yeah. Trying to hurry up and get people to get that thing, man, that
I ain't
ain't
gonna
been
lie,
tested
man.
sufficiently,
That
man.
virus, boy, I tell you, that the Rona, boy, that junk, it really had me to see how easily controlled people is.
Mm-hmm.
You'll give up your
You
rights
ain't
quick,
lying,
man. If
man.
the government tell you, "Hey, man, you supposed to be inside, man, shut down everything for a virus that on, that with a 99 point something survival rate," and then everybody, most people, like, yeah, well, I guess we should shut down.
And then
Like,
they let they loved ones go to the old folks home and things and won't go up there and see them when they on their last day because
right,
they
right, right,
told you not to come up there and see them.
right.
Now you think if we was in that situation, I was in that situation, my mama or daddy or something in there.
Mm-hmm.
No, they getting ready to die now, right? No, yeah, you can't just come out there. And they had pictures of
Right.
people out there in standing in front of their loved ones in the glass, and they putting their hands on the glass like they talking to a prisoner or something. You
Yeah,
think
that's
I'm gonna
crazy.
let them people keep me up out of there in that room to go see my mama or my daddy?
Nah, man,
But
ain't
people were
no.
like, boy, if you really love them, you
Get the,
don't go in.
they try to
Yeah,
guilt you into getting that
guilt you.
vaccine,
Mind thing again.
and then they say, yeah, man, you get the vaccine, you won't be able to pass it to your grandma and your mom,
Yep.
you know, and you get the vaccine. Now they saying you a super spreader.
Yeah, super. That just sound like
Like,
that just sound like one of them. Hey, that just sound like one of them Marvel villains or something, boy. Super spreader, boy. That boy super spreader, bad boy.
uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah, that
yeah,
COVID stayed with me, bro, man. I never forget COVID, man.
yeah. I don't
And then
think
you
a lot
seen
of
the
people
people in
forget.
Australia, like they gave up all their rights because I don't think they can have any guns over there in Australia. So they
Mm-hmm.
told them to stay inside. Man, I seen them people revolting or whatnot. But that's what happened though, man. You give them your rights, man. You don't keep the government accountable. You don't hold them accountable, man.
You give them more and
Slowly,
more, boy.
slowly, but surely, boy, you a slave.
Yeah,
And that's what they want you.
facts.
But man, I don't want to sound too crazy, man. We headed to
Oh,
uh
we already just said they
one
already
world
done got us to
government, boy.
crazy,
They
boy.
trying to connect everything together, man. And then we already went digitally. For
They
real,
already got us
man.
crazy.
And the
It's
CBD,
too late
I
to
ain't
go
gonna talk
back
about
now, boy.
The see they trying. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
All
let's go ahead and stay on track for right now. You
right.
gotta stay on track, man. All right, hey, so here's one of maybe a lot of people heard about it with MK Ultra
Yeah.
and the little sub operation up under Operation Midnight Climax. You want to talk about MK Ultra?
Well, you probably know more than me. I know MK Ultra is they trying to get people test mind control
Mind
using
control
LSD,
drugs.
LSD, man, giving people
Yep.
LSD to see if we can,
So they can get them to do
control you,
stuff.
control
Yeah.
your mind.
CIA
So
program again. Now let's
yeah,
talk about that one for just a minute.
uh,
Because like if you think about the effects of drugs on people's minds, right?
yeah, change the whole chemistry, man.
Like you
Yeah.
okay, so you know me. I'm thinking, I'm thinking again
I'm just
from
thinking.
mentality from back in the day before I was saved, right?
Hmm.
So like if you see a person under the influence on drugs,
Hmm.
you can control them to a certain extent.
Yeah, you can kind of get them
Think
to do
about
so
where I'm
because
going.
that drug they want that drug, so you can, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? I know what you mean.
right.
Yeah,
That's like just with like street level stuff. But imagine the stuff that the government can create and what it can
right.
do to your
The
body
scale,
chemistry.
larger scale, they scale
Yeah.
it out.
Shoot,
Yeah,
back in
so
the day, you tell it, hey man, hey, go jump in front of that car right there and roll on the ground, then run to the other side. Now I give you something. You know, you could
uh huh.
they go do it.
Hmm.
Go climb up that tree. Why they go do it, you know? Cause they want that, like you said, they want that drug.
Right.
So MK Ultra program like from the 50s to 60s, testing mind control drugs or mind control and drugs on here's the part that I really want people to understand in the whole topic of our discussion, what the government will do to its people. It was done on
Hmm.
unwitting suspects.
Mm.
Okay. It's not like people went in and volunteered and said, "Hey, I want to get under the influence of drugs, see if it can control my mind."
Hmm.
These things, this operation, this project was done on unwitting subjects to test the capabilities of mind control. CIA program, and then the little sub operation that came from it when we talked about Operation Midnight Climax, where
Hmm.
they created and hired prostitutes, but when they had the people coming to the brothels, they
Hmm.
would give them drugs, and the government would be looking through two-way mirrors. Is it two-way or one-way mirror? One of them mirror where you can't see
Hmm.
the person on the other side, but they can see you in there
Right.
and to see the effects of drugs on people.
Hmm.
Government did this. Now again, don't take my word for it. You can go look it up and research it. This is all documented. They had the answer for this too. That's funny. Like the government answering it to themselves, boy.
Right. They
Ain't
just,
that something?
they just trying to push out a good answer. They know what they did, so
Yeah.
trying to push out
But
some
ain't that
type of
funny
answer.
though? Like it's like the government does something. Like who they go and answer to for? The government. Boy, that's why. Boy, that's a
I
cold
mean,
game, boy.
when you got flawed people in there, man, and you in a position of power, it's like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Because who gonna hold
Everybody
me
they go
accountable?
clear each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them dudes just being cahoots with each other anyway, and a
Hmm.
lot of stuff that we see presented us just be dog and pony shows,
Right. That's
boy.
why you got career
It's just
politicians.
theater. Yep.
All that money that's flowing around, man,
People getting rich
to
in there,
set it
man.
up. So
Yep. It's all
benefit.
theatrics, boy.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. For the most part. I'm not saying there's not good people there,
Yeah.
but they go try to make them look crazy, or they might call them a rhino, or they may call them just or this or that, or they insane. Why they trying to be middle ground? And these,
Hmm.
they go call them something. That's just how I go, boy. All right, what about the Tuskegee syphilis study, also known as the Tuskegee experiment?
Hmm.
What about that one? You want to
That
say
one,
something about that one?
yeah, that one was crazy. Um, so what they were doing, just injecting syphilis, right,
I
into
think
black.
they were
Uh,
just leaving. It was
it was
untreated
okay,
syphilis
untreated,
in men,
untreated
in black
syphilis in
men,
black
to be
men,
exact.
and the studying the effects of it, knowing that's going to kill them eventually,
Mm-hmm.
but for the sake of studying, the effects of syphilis on them, led them to their death.
Yeah. And so I think it was like 399 men, something like that. They had syphilis. And then they had a control group of people who
Mm-hmm.
didn't have the disease, and they told them that the public health, the U.S. Public Health Service, they told them that, hey, we go treat you for your syphilis.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they didn't. They told them, they framed it in a way where they said like, we go treat you for bad blood. That's how they will frame it right there, which could mean like it could be like a variety of diseases.
Mm-hmm.
And say, hey, we go treat you for this, we go treat you for bad blood. Hey, we go see if we can help you out. Now, this was what dates was the Tuskegee experiment? I think it was 32, 1932, something like that. The
32
19,
to 1972.
yeah, the 1972. Now, by then, I think penicillin was the recommended remedy for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that came up in like 1940, um, 1947. Penicillin, or that they recommended treatment for that disease with
Mm-hmm.
penicillin. And so, what they really wanted to do, though, again, the U.S. government wanted to not treat it, but to see the effects that it would have on somebody, even if it meant death for the person,
Mm-hmm.
and they would allow them to die. And these people thinking that they didn't got treated for it, they allow them to die, then they do autopsies to see what the results is of the disease on the person.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a real thing that they did to
Mm-hmm.
these black people, these black, like most of them like sharecroppers, I think is what it was. That they were down there thinking that they were getting treated for it. They really weren't. The people doing it knew it, and they just went ahead on and allowed them to succumb to it, and then did their
Mm-hmm.
little studies on the effects of it. Again, against its own people. All right. Prohibition poison. What about that right there?
Yeah, I didn't know about this
Yeah, that's another
one. Yeah,
real one.
yeah.
Like, so this was in the Prohibition era, the 20s and the 30s. The
Mm-hmm.
Department of Treasury, ordered industrial alcohols to be poisoned to discourage people from drinking. And so thousands of people died after consuming tainted
Mm.
alcohol. U.S. government actions again. So, the Prohibition era, everything had to be done underground. Like the government said,
Mm-hmm.
hey, look, um, no, it's a no go on making this alcohol. So it started to become underground, like similar to how drugs is today. Drugs
Right.
are outlawed,
And they
most of
didn't
them.
like it, yeah, so they was
Yeah. So they
trying to
said, okay,
discourage
yep, okay, we go get y'all. Let's go ahead and poison the alcohol
it.
and unalive people who consume it. What you think about that? Like all of those things.
That's
So these are
man.
just like, man, it's like little sample things, honestly.
Like I said earlier, man, imagine the stuff that you don't know about.
Yeah. The things you don't know. And a lot of people might be wondering, like, if they hearing these things for the first time, like, well, why did these things happen? Like, why did this happen? Like, our government should be having our best interests at heart and doing the exact opposite of what these operations did and these projects did. Like, why would they do that? And so fear is one, fear,
Right.
control, their idea of national security, or even just outright prejudice or racism, however you want to frame it.
Yeah. Depending on the operation could
Yeah.
be.
Depending on what it was and what their goal
Yeah.
was, yeah.
But ultimately, I was what sticks out to me is control, man. I think these people they just want to control everything, man. They don't want
Mm-hmm.
nothing to be outside of their control.
Yep.
That's what it's all about nowadays.
Yep.
They're
And that
trying to control everything, man.
mm-hmm. And you got that lack of oversight and that lack of accountability and
They got me thinking about money now, though, man. How the
mm-hmm.
Fed they just print all type of money. They want to control the money. They want always able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now they just can print it anytime they
Yeah, because
want
the
to.
Fed just came in when, like,
I think in the
was it under,
'60s,
I thought it was under FDR, the Federal.
because they we were on the gold standard, and that would the gold standard helped because the Fed was I forgot when the Fed was invented, but the gold standard was in place where the Fed couldn't just print money willy nilly. They would every time they print money, they had to take some out the gold reserves. Then they got rid of the gold reserve because hey man, we want to print more money. Like it's a control thing,
Yeah.
and that messed
Yeah.
stuff up too. But that's another
Control,
topic.
national
Yeah.
security, prejudice, racism. And that's what happens when you had that lack of oversight and accountability where like if all things were true, when they actually went when these departments actually went and sat in front of the in these congressional hearings and things, if it was everything like when you even hear, you ever watch one of them? Let me start there. You ever
Nah.
watch one of these congressional hearings where the department heads have to sit in front of them and answer questions because that's supposed to be the oversight and
Mm-hmm.
accountability to them. And all the people in the congressional hearings, all the senators and reps and everything, and whoever it is, I think it's the reps, and they always saying the right things. You're supposed to do this, and da, 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 da. And then everybody again. Oh boy, did you see what
Mm-hmm.
senator? Did you see what Rep Wilson said? Well, Rep
Right.
Wilson, he tore him a new one, boy, in that Senate hearing or whatever it
Uh-huh.
is, and then that thing, no, nothing never happens. The person just leave and keep doing what it is they doing. But people just they get them little sound bites, boy, and they loving it,
Right.
and that's it. You don't hear nothing else, man. It's all theatrics and dog and pony show. These people, man.
Right.
And so what does that do? Like really kind of like what we doing now. It's like you lose trust in government, and you have long term effects on communities and people. You
Right.
know,
That's why a lot of people,
things up happening.
depending on where you're at or demographic, man, a lot of people, they don't trust the government, man. They wary of the government.
Hmm. Yeah, but you got to have that's so important
Can you
that the
blame them though,
government.
man?
Yeah. Government needs to
Yeah.
be transparent, like truly transparent. Like it's every politician gets up there when they making these speeches and talk about everything's gonna be transparent, but
Mm-hmm.
most of the time they just saying that just because that's what people want to hear or they think that's what's gonna get them elected, and it really is right. It does get them elected. Um, but until it truly comes about, you're gonna continue to see the things that you see. Because as soon as you do want to hold them accountable, like people want to hold them accountable, it's like, why you worried about that? Nobody cares about that. They do all those kinds of things. So, all right, what you think about it, like from a Christian perspective? Because we're talking about Christian and government. Like immediately we're thinking about Romans 13,
Right. Yeah.
other things that you see in the government. But I think a lot of times some of us, might forget
Mm-hmm.
like some of the examples that we saw with Joseph and with Daniel. I'm thinking about that
Mm-hmm.
too, like how Daniel stood for what was
Right.
right and against what?
Against the government
Somebody who was
himself.
over him.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and they
Mm-hmm.
sent him to that lion's den. And he
He was
still
faithful. Yeah.
stood. Yeah, he still stood on his toes, boy. He still
Right.
stood on his
If
principles
it's
and his
going, if it's
integrity.
anything going against that Bible, that's what you got to do. That's how you
Yeah,
act. You
yeah, that's
know.
clear. And we know the government is supposed to be, rewarder of good and a punisher of evil.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bible talks about, if you do what's good, then you have nothing to fear. But today you see a lot of people who do good by questioning things and by not automatically just swallowing what's being told to them. People say, hey, you're not doing good. What's wrong with you? You know. So those are just some things to think about. Again, this is not like an all inclusive list of some of the things that have been done, by the federal government against its citizens, against its people. But it's just something to think about. I think there's a tendency sometimes for people to so quickly just say that somebody's a conspiracy theorist or what are you talking about? This would never happen. Just look at the history, research the history of some of the things that this country's government did to its people. You know.
Right. Yep.
So you got in the last final words, boy. This might be the last time y'all see us. I don't know, boy. Shoot, but them boy might go
Nah, you on
on.
point. Yeah, I
You
agree,
tune
man.
in next week, but it might be nothing coming no more, boy.
For sure. Yeah. I would just say be vigilant. Stay on your toes. Um, always seek out the right information, the truth, man. Try to your best in seeking out, the right information. So,
Yeah, and have some kind of principles. you know, and integrity, and hold on to your convictions, man. You know, when
Right.
you study that stuff and you see what it is, man, hold on to your convictions. Don't fall to that peer pressure because there's a lot of that. When you see a whole lot of people saying one thing and you saying something
Right.
different, maybe you are wrong, but don't just okay.
Don't
Oh, I'm
just
just gonna forget it. I'm just
right.
go
Don't
with them.
concede because the masses
Yeah,
just
they might be right, but just, you need to check and see.
right.
That's how you play that
The truth always wins, man.
for real,
So
boy. And like somebody said, I forgot
mhm.
who it was. I think it was like one of the writers. They say the lie is something like they say the lie is a sprint. The lie sprints, but the truth has endurance or something
Mm.
along the line. I'm messing up the quote, but it's a good quote. Y'all might know what I'm talking about. Go look up quotes like that. But
Mhm.
that quote, that's facts right there, boy. The 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 lie might get somewhere further, but the truth have
Right.
endurance, boy.
Right. In the end, the
It's gonna
truth
come
wins. Though
around,
it
yeah.
come out that it come to light. That truth come to light.
The tortoise and the hell, boy.
Mm.
Y'all know that
Hey,
Buzz
I like
Bunny
that quote, man.
episode. Yeah, that Buzz Bunny episode, boy. But I think this might didn't Buzz Bunny get beat by the didn't the tortoise came back and beat him?
I would think so.
I think that
I
might be
think
like
so.
the only time Buzz Bunny got played, but that boy Buzz Bunny was
Right.
always
Yeah, he
playing
all
somebody.
yeah, he always
Well,
played
wait a
it
minute, was
when
that the real Buzz Bunny or that one of them old bootleg Buzz Bunnies,
I
boy?
don't know. I think that was the episode.
I
I'm
don't
not sure
know.
though.
Well, if
Yeah.
y'all know, let us know. Cause I want to say the Buzz Bunny was looking different, but that boy was looking like he might be it ain't fake Buzz Bunny or
Hmm.
something, man. I don't remember what it was. Now next week we're gonna be coming back, y'all. Hey, look here. If you made it this far, they dropped them files, y'all. We've been talking about these files for a minute, man. Like 3.5 million pages or something. They
Hmm.
did it on the same day that they arrested that boy Lemon, boy. Boy, they see how they played that. It go back to what we talking about. But they got y'all looking over here at Lemon, boy. And they gonna go ahead and hurry up and drop them 3 million pages of them files and hoping that you going on hurry up and let's go on get them up out of here so we can say we did it down, bump that. Y'all keep looking at Lemon. But anyway, we gonna talk about that next week, boy, cause we woke, but we fully woke, but we got them eyes wide, boy, looking at them files, man. So, hey, thank y'all for joining us again. If y'all got any questions or comments, hit us up the email, Rockin' Chair Chronicles 904 at gmail.com. That's Rockin' Chair Chronicles 904 at gmail.com. We gonna see y'all next time on Rockin' Chair Chronicles if the people ain't took us out yet. Cause hey, look, the people might or looking at my people. But hey look, we just gonna have to go out like that if that's what it is. If not, we go see y'all next time on the podcast. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share it around.
All right, y'all. Peace.
We out.